Chapter 4. No to corruption. Wrong is wrong even if the majority are doing it. Right is right even if only a few are doing it. Almost on a daily basis, there are news broadcast via several media platforms such as radios and televisions about cases concerning corruption all over the world. But as several governments in different nations strive to tighten the laws and punishing the culprits, the vice continues to reoccur from one generation to another. However, this does not mean that we should give up and step back with our hands folded as if nothing is happening. In this chapter, I remind you that we, you and I, have all what it takes to end this vice from our home communities. It may not disappear in an overnight, but with consistent action of saying no to its face, gradually it will come to an end just like sunset. Therefore, all we need to do is to embark on the strength of our no, a boy's no, in order to starve it while at a tender age. Just as it is commonly said that small things always tell big things, the rampant rate of corruption broadcast via media stems from the minor ways of our lives and actions that we ignored while still at a young age. Young man, I thus urge you to develop a strong no to any form of unlawful behavior that may be liable to create and feed corrupt behavior into you. Way forward against corruption. You are not corrupt, and surely you should not be. Therefore, 1. Have faith in God and believe in your efforts that you will make it throughout your endeavors. 2. Obey your parents and other community leaders. Listen to them as they guide you about the dangers of corruption in our society. 3. Obey the school rules and regulations because they are not intended to burden your life in school, but rather aimed at grooming you into a holistic person. 4. Choose to say no and stand firm by it against any form of corruption because you are not corrupt and surely you shouldn't be. Author's reflection on corruption. One holiday, I worked with my dad at a construction site. His work was to install electricity in the building, and mine was to help him with the task of carrying the installation pipes, bends, and electric wire rolls. Surprisingly, in the evening when our day's work was done, at the time of redressing, I found a 200 shilling coin in my shoes. First, I felt like taking it. Though it was little money, as a student, it would enable me buy some pieces of cassava to eat at the site. But then I curiously thought about how it came into my shoes, yet I didn't have any money at the moment. It must have dropped from someone's clothing amongst the people we shared the dressing room with, I thought. So that's when I strongly said no to the emotional urge of want that was burning in my heart. Astonishingly, on moving out of the dressing room, immediately the supervisor came in asking who had seen his missing 200 shilling coin. "It is right over there. I found it in my shoes," I replied to him. So I was left wondering whether the coin dropped from him by accident or it was intentional. But whatever the case was, I derived the key lesson of saying no to a feeling of corrupt urge, that is, wanting to take what's not yours to satisfy yourself selfishly. Lesson: one bad or wrong act, irrespective of the fact that it is either small or big, can always ruin your good deeds. Imagine if I had given in to take that coin. It was less money that would tempt to think that it won't be noticeable, but it had all the armory to break the trust between me and the supervisors at the construction site. They would have labeled me picky and a thief, but fortunately, with the power of no, I managed to overcome, and all the following days I worked comfortably on the site until we finished our task.